with our Down and Dirty, baby.
Down and Dirty, baby. You know, where me and Sean get to talk about a segment about anything that we want to talk about, man. Anything that we want to talk about is what we talk about in the Down and Dirty. And we hope that you guys take it and receive it, and you guys join in the conversation with us. And if you have a Down and Dirty that you guys would like us to talk about, hit us up in our DMs, because we like to talk about what you guys like to talk about as well. All right, Sean, what you got for your Down and Dirty, baby?
Real quick. First off, I got Wendy. I know Wendy. She does that sometimes.
I'm sorry, Wendy. It was I was being a little crazy.
Let's go. Yo, for my Down and Dirty this week, we see all the coaches that got let go, all the ones that fired. But one thing that has resulted because of this is now there's only one active African-American coach, and that is Mike Tomlin. Some of these other coaches, David Carley, Brian Flores, Anthony Lynn a year ago, some of those guys got maybe unceremoniously relieved of their duties. And a lot of people take a lot of different narratives and a lot of different directions. Now, obviously, the easy one is to say, the management doesn't like African Americans as coaches and this and that. But I almost think that argument is a little bit lazy. Because at the end of the day, we look at the one coach that is in the league, that is the black coach, and that is Mike Tomlin. You guys brought him up on your show. Mike Tomlin has 15 winning seasons, never one losing season. You know, I was listening to shout out to David because he put me on to Speak for Yourself with Emmanuel Acho and Marcus Wiley. You know that show, yeah. So they were talking about it, and they were talking about just it's one thing we could go into, how many is in and how many is not in, and is it something against them or is it this and that? And you can dive into all these different ways. But then when you look at Mike Tomlin, he's undeniable. 15 winning seasons. You look at Marvin Lewis. He had a similar stretch of winning seasons with the Bengals before. Okay? One of the things that they talked about was early in Kobe's career, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace. Early in his career, he was on the bench until he got his mentality that make yourself undeniable. Make it so they cannot take you off the field or they can't take you out. You know what I mean? Tomlin has proven that. There is no confusion if Tomlin is the guy because he proves it day in and day out. Hey, we all know the world we live in. My father, I was raised up, and he said, this is what it is. You are going to have to be 2 times as good as your white counterpart. That's just the world it is. And he said, but that's not a detriment. That just means you got to strive harder. You got to work harder. You have to make it so you're invaluable. They need you. Everything that happens needs somehow you're a part of it. You know what I mean? My granddaddy always says, learn anything about everything, then you always know something. Okay? Come on. Guys, you have to. I don't want us to get into, we know what the facts are. We know what's, this and that. But I don't want us to get into this narrative that, oh, my goodness, they're doing it because of this or doing it because of that. Like I talked about with the David Carley situation, I thought it was a scapegoat. I thought the reason they brought him in was just because, we need somebody to fill in. The Flores situation, I don't think they were sold on him from the beginning, and there's a lot of internal stuff that had nothing to do with the color and more to do with the quarterback situation and all that. And even though it shows what kind of a great coach he is to have the season that he had where they went 1-7 and then came back. So that's a testament to him. But let's not get caught up in this, it's because of this, because you did. Let's rise above that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even if that's the case, you rise above that and you make it that you're the best coach, period. And with that, it's not just boxed into black. It's also to women. You talked about it on your show. Katie said, does that make me crazy? One day, can we have a woman coach? Yes. Let's make it that the best available prospect is in the job, or at least has an opportunity to get the job. Absolutely. That's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. So let's stop with the, we can help create narratives and we can help take them down. Let's stop with this whole thing that, it was done because of this and it was done because of that. You know what I mean? 20, 30 years ago when I was younger, black quarterbacks were a dime a dozen. You know, I remember growing up, I had one or two. Now we have half the league as a black quarterback starting or something like that. Coaches. Remember, we didn't have any women coaches, and now we have 12 in the league doing their thing.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, let's stop with this narrative that, it's just because of this one little. No. The best coaches will potentially get the best positions, and if they don't, you still have that resume. You're still working for it. Let your character and your work speak for itself. Then all that other stuff won't matter. There you go.
Woo! I like that.
Yeah.
You need to do my down and dirty, baby, because that's what we need to ride off for, man. That's what we need to ride off for, man. The future is bright. Like you said, from where we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago to where we are now, the future is so bright, Sean. We, like you said, there was only maybe one or two black quarterbacks that we knew about back in the day, and progressively is more, diversity when it comes to quarterbacks, and like you said, there are women coaches, but we never thought that would happen, and now we do have women coaches. The game is progressing, and I like how you're saying it, Sean. I don't want to harp on things that, the negative things that we like to go to. We should always want to just think that the game will progress, just like it's been progressing, and it will get better. As long as we keep talking about it, it will get better. The game is changing day by day, year by year, and I'm excited to what the year is going to bring, and in the future, man, I'm excited what the future is going to bring, and all the diversity clips and the commercials now that you hear, and that the NFL is advertising and talking about suicide, talking about depression, talking about things that they weren't talking about these things way back, because if you talked about depression, if you talked about, mental stability, they thought something was wrong with you. They know that it's out there, talking about hating, speaking hateful to people just because of their orientation or who they are, black, white, whatever. The NFL is really trying to change the narrative, and I love what Sean is doing, because it's literally making us think that it's changing. It is changing. The thing is, every year we're seeing something different that we never in a million years thought that we would see before. So, Sean, that is the down and dirty for today, man. It is, man. That is a beautiful story. How the NFL is progressing, we are progressing, and before you know it, when we look back 10 years from now, we can say, "Dad, remember when we said that there will never be this? Look now, it's 10 black coaches. It's 10, 5 Hispanic coaches. 5 Asian coaches. There's 2 head coaches as women. We're gonna look back in the future and be like, wow, look how much the game has changed from when we were growing up, talking about that it could happen, and now it's happening. So sometimes we are blind to see the changes, but it's coming. These changes are coming, and every year, like Sean said, you can look back when we were younger and we were kids, and the things that the NFL would never even talk about. Now it's commercials, main played stuff. I don't know if you guys have noticed on the NFL where they talk about my city, and like during the commercials, they're talking about the places that they're from and how poverty is illegal in their city, and all of these things. Like, they're trying to bring out different cultures. They're trying to bring out different mindsets. And I think that is a beautiful thing to change the narrative of how it used to be in the NFL and say, this is who we are now. We are about inclusion. We want everybody to feel welcome and want to watch this game of football. So I'm excited about where the future is going. So we can ride off on John.
I like that. I absolutely love it. And look, hey, let's not forget, a year ago at the beginning of the season, they sang "Lift Every Voice and Sing." And we talked about how that might have been the first time many people have ever heard that song.
Yeah.
But it was there. Okay? Wherever the reason is that it happened. And now, I love this. So let's go. Let's build on that. Let's Talk Football is all about inclusion and diversity. Yo, let's get it. I love that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Y'all, we are so glad that you guys have tuned in with us today. Man, please come back next week. As you know, the divisional rounds are coming up. It's going down this weekend. As you know, my team will not be in there, sad face. But there are some wonderful that are going to be in there, and we want to talk about it with you. So tune in next week, 6:30 on Monday. We cannot wait to talk about this wonderful game of football, and we can't wait to see you guys there. Do us a favor, hit the share button, hit the like button, tell somebody about the show, because we want to talk football to everybody, man. We love to talk this game. My boy Sean is one of the best people to ever know the game, man.
All you. Yo, real quick. I definitely want to shout out tomorrow night, 8:30. Let's Talk Football, the round table. Definitely check it out. I'm going to have my guy Anthony come on there with Delilah and Nicholas. Get that going. And Janae, what you guys got on Thursday?
Hey, you already know on Thursday at 6:30, we got Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover, where we got 4 dynamic women that know the game of football. So if you just want to see a little flair, a little flavor, get up on there on Thursday and listen to us talk some football with the ladies.